Hey, my name is Ralph and I'm with Flexfilm, and we're back with a shop car. That's a 2017 Tesla S. In this video, we're going to do the side windows, the two windows that roll up, and these two little fixed pieces of glass. I have one in the front door, one in the rear door. We're using our NanoFlex. It's a prototype. I'm going to be using crazy little rolls of film. I don't get the luxury of getting them on cores sometimes when they're prototype. I'm going to just kind of work off the car and my shop glass in front of me, and we're going to get started. The first thing we want to do though is these windows are frameless. They don't have a frame around them, and we want to kind of trick them because when we open these doors, these windows drop down and I need to have access to the bottom. So I know I can just come over here and with my finger literally trick the door like I just did. I'll also do the same to the back, and now we've got the window fully extended and we'll be able to tint it now. I'm gonna use my pre-tack. Always use my pre-tack. Since I'm sitting here, I'm gonna concentrate on my prep phase. I'm not gonna use my blade. This is a new car. I wanna see what I can do with my white scrubby. I felt like this would be the most gentle way to do this. With a lot of this new glass technology, I get a little concerned about using blades on glass I'm not familiar with. I've never tinted a Tesla side window before, so I'm gonna play it safe. I'm actually going to use my fingers here to feel anything that might need to come off, and if there's not, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to get this little window here also. The pre-tack here is my secret weapon. It's actually mainly isopropyl alcohol with lots of other surfactants. It's a zero surface tension cleaner. That means I can really clean deeper into glass pores than I can with just about any other cleaning product on the market. We give it away to our customers for free at Flexfilm. We also sell it too. It's really a quick step just to prep the glass. It makes a huge difference. Keeps film from rolling off. Just any kind of cleaning problem you can have, this will prevent it usually. Okay, that's about all I'm gonna do. I mean, this glass is really clean. I don't see any residue of any kind. I've already wiped off the outside. Now let's start crafting a pattern. Let's see, for this step, I'm gonna wet the outside of the glass. I'm gonna get my prototype roll here. How it comes to me. Park my tape right there on the side. Looks like I've got an odd situation going on here. I'm gonna level it off. And now I've got my little piece for the little quarter window here. I'll park it on the front windshield. Let's determine where the release liner is. And we are working with it on the outside. It's definitely facing me. Okay, that's pretty good news. We can just roll the film out. Just make sure I have plenty. If I was in a more formal shop with a core, maybe had a plotter, maybe was rolling off a film handler, I could have, of course, been more precise than this, but just gonna go with what I've got. Okay, let's start with that. Let's kind of even things up a little bit. Make sure everything's covered. Okay, let's just trim some of the fat here. Excess, whatever we want to call it. All right. This NanoFlex is over 95% IR rejection. It's phenomenal. It's clear. Low angle haze is almost undetectable. And I'm liking the way this film really handles. I mean, it's really not even a challenge. Again, I'm not sure how I'm gonna approach this. I'm probably gonna use, see, I've got two knives. I always keep my black double hone 25% sharper blade that I only like to use this step with, which I'm gonna try to trim as exact as I can. I'm gonna hold the blade level, and I'm gonna trim this top edge really smooth, where I don't really have to shave this. Okay, I'm gonna go down the sides. I'm gonna click a different part of my blade. I always like to use a fresh part. This is a brand new blade I put in. I always hold it at the same angle. I want that cut exact. Okay. I always know there's possibility for adjustments. Of course, when I install it, I may want to do something different. I've got a little tricky corner here, which I'll probably shave, back blade or something at the very end where it actually goes on there perfect like I want it. Just for now, I'm going to sort of pre-cut it, just get it a little close. That's all I'm trying to do in this step. Okay, let's finish up my cuts on around. I can sort of bleed this back into itself. That's what I love about this sharp blade. It just kind of catches right back up. It's awesome. Okay, I see some of this is actually exposed where I can, this is beautiful. I can actually stick my blade down in there and just guide it along the edge really gently. Get a really clean cut. I'll worry about straightening that up with a ruler on my pill board behind me. And I'm also going to use my Sharpie. I'm going to kind of get a baseline going at the bottom where the end of the film needs to be, because I'm definitely going to do some final trimming there as well. Doesn't look like I have to do a lot, just a little bit. But I can fine tune this. I'm going to pay attention to how far do I want to go down in the rub rail. Not too far, it's almost what I see. Okay, let's do some more trimming on this pattern. I can see some opportunity from this point on where I can do a little shaving here on the inside. I'm gonna pull this back and get a little more detail on my cut. I always take advantage of anything. Okay, that's looking really good. Okay, let's bring it over here and do some detail work. And then I'm gonna do some shrinking next. This other piece of film I've got parked on the glass is gonna be for my back window. Some of it was dropped and the bottom part's messed up, but this is the good part. I'm gonna use it. Now I can see what's going on. That's my baseline. I'm gonna cut about 1/4 of an inch, maybe even a little more below that. But I am gonna not go above it, just so I'll have something that'll go up underneath the rail. Okay. If I need to deal with this top edge, I can access it from the inside. We can back blade it, we can shave it. Same with this over here. Just don't want anything to peel up in the future. I can pretty this little edge up right here. I'm mainly gonna finish that on the inside though. That's it, okay. All right, this thing's ready to go for shrinking. This is a real critical stage, in my opinion, in the process, is to shrink it properly before you install it. You really want to eliminate these finger bubbles and any other issues with fingers. I'm gonna just grab it right here and stick it back on the glass. Now, I like to put it, a little high. I'm just focusing on these fingers and the shrinking of them, and I'm gonna work them all the way back down to the bottom. This mirror has a tendency to fold in. I'm sure there's a way I could pull it out, but I'm just not gonna worry. It's not even in my way, so, it's a Tesla. I don't wanna start forcing things on this car and break them. I'd hate to have to try to deal with that. Again, I'm just gonna see a pretty simple window here. Even though it is a Tesla, it's not really that much difficult. It's pretty straightforward being a frameless type window. But I do see that I got a shrink on it. It's got more curve than I thought it would have, but nonetheless, it's not a lot of curve. I'm gonna use my well-built right here. Just one of my favorite heat guns. I'm gonna get it warmed up a little bit and contend with these fingers. Oh, this stuff shrinks really well. Look at that. That's NanoFlex right there. Another benefit of a good film, good shrinking film. It doesn't even burn on the edges either. It's real clean. I love that. Makes my job a little faster, a little easier. That's what I like. I'm gonna work that finger down. Oh, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna force a finger down here at the bottom to make that one not come back. Of course, my famous double snap technique, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna purposely over shrink it a little bit. Always helpful in the installation of any kind of side window. Over shrink. I force more fingers in it. So it'll definitely ensure me there's no fingers coming up from the bottom. I feel like I might want to get some more over here closer to the mirror. A little tight over here, but again, I'm not afraid of it. Okay. We're really doing good. Okay. See, I'll show you. I don't know if you get a good camera angle on this, but this is what I like about the double snap. It's that tension I create right there. It's going to prevent me from having fingers at the bottom. Looks like a smiley face when you do it right, like that. I love it. Perfect. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go with that. Okay. I could peel off the glass itself, but I'm going to use my convenient shop peel board, of course. Why not? I'm going to just park this over here like this, just so I can grab it. I'm going to go ahead and wet the release liner, prevent any static electricity. Now we're just going to do a quick squeegee over here so we can lay this film. This is the Tint tack. Really nothing in this bottle that'll harm a door panel. I don't mind getting a little drop or two on it. We're not going to use a lot of water anyway on this process. We hardly use any water at all, believe it or not. I like to dry my edges. And then I like to slowly just squeegee one stroke at a time, wiping my blade. Some guys like to do the all-in-one motion. I'm more of a, do one stroke at a time and then wipe your blade kind of guy. I'm sure the other way is just as good. Just didn't learn that way. Okay. Just trying to double check this little edge over here. It's going to be a little sneaky. I just don't want to get it too far over in there. I'm wiping everything back down, drying over here. Okay, I'm ready for business. Just wet it thoroughly, not too much, just coat it really good. I'll peel everything. Okay, let's wet it real good. Now let's grab it, lick my fingers. Don't want any little lint particles or anything in there. That little technique works for me for some reason. I don't know why, but it just does. It's easier for me to handle the film, just get it on there and go on with my business. Okay, I gotta slide it behind here. Little tricky, but no, not tricky at all. Oh, I love this stuff. It's just sliding. It's working really nice. It's really kind of going on pretty good. I like the way it's moving. I feel like I can drop it just a little bit. I can put my hand right here so I can create some space. Let me try to, see, I've never tinted one before, so I don't know all the tricks ahead of time. I'm trying to learn as I go on video. Probably one step above live. I'm just going to try to see if I can't feed it in there, which seems like it's trying to fight me a little bit. Not bad. It's going in there though. Okay. Wow. Everything really is going in there pretty smooth. Now I just gotta get this on here like perfect. I'm trying to decide if I need to set up a shave or go with a micro gap. It looks like a shave. And I might go with the hybrid. Some of it I may have to touch and some of it I may shave. But I'm done. It'll look unified though. Uniform, whatever. Yeah, I gotta be careful back here. I'm gonna go with a shave on the side here because I need the gap over here, just a baby one, so I can not have any problems. Because I got this up against rubber. I'm gonna definitely shave this side. This is like a strategy here I'm trying to come up with. But with this film, I got all the time to deal with it. I've got a beautiful top edge. I don't have to shave here. Probably gonna shave this area. This area is perfect. No, nothing. This is gonna be beautiful. Okay. Just that's a winner. I'll wet it a little bit. I probably wet it too much. Just shouldn't have. It's not gonna hurt anything. It just didn't have to wet it so much. But then I'm gonna start laying it down. All right. Laying it down with my yellow turbo first. All right. It moved a little bit. That's okay. Let's just get this thing laying down first before we do any other little movements or anything, or final passes, final adjustments, whatever we need to do. This is gonna do good. All right, let's do some more final detail work. Okay, that gap looks good. This one looks even better. Let's lay it down on the edge here. Secure our edge, secure our bottom. Make sure it doesn't move anymore. All right, now let's do a final pass. Let's lock this down. Again, I'm gonna pull out one of my favorite tools for this step. It's the Blue Max with the Pro Unger handle. And with this pressure sensitive adhesive, with the right mixture, I'm starting to lock this down. All this technology here needs is pressure. And with the right pressure, it locks. That's what I'm talking about. Now I just gotta kind of follow through with it. And everything's gonna work out beautiful. Really, it's gonna work out beautiful. Okay. Man, I'm liking it. I'm gonna go back and do one more stroke on the edges and tidy up my mess. Look at that, folks. I love this Tesla door panel. You don't even know water's even been on it. It's awesome. I guess it's made for when you open the door in a rainstorm and you get rain all on it. You don't have to worry about ruining anything. It's just made for sensible stuff. I like that. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys a secret of mine. I can shave this with a knife right now, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let it dry on there a little bit. I want to mess around with this window, then come back and do this and just make sure things go even smoother. There's no shaving necessary here. I've already got it perfect. I kind of encountered that. My shave is going to start from about here to about probably somewhere in here. I got to do a little shaving in here, and everything else is laying in there perfect. Okay, this is going to be a quick step. We're going to do this little baby quarter window. I've literally grabbed some scrap that I use for not sure what. It's just a little piece of tint. I'm just going to quickly determine what side the release liner is, because I always want it facing me. I'm just trying to get a common sense little piece of film to maybe in shape of a triangle. And I'm just going to get a quick little pattern going that I'm going to craft. Probably going to just do a quick little rundown here. Okay. I've got to cut around this matrix dots here. I'm going to break my blade, make sure I cut it the way I want to. And you know, I might opt to shave this little window instead of putting a gap in it, because it just might even be easier to come back at the end and just shave this. It's so easy. Actually cutting it out, it's harder than tinting it. But anyway, that's what I've basically done so far, is just cut this out, and I might just take it over here to my glass and kind of pretty it up a little bit. And let's just put it on. Such a little piece of tint. It's almost like a little piece of scrap tint that I found on the floor. It's kind of funny. I see a lot of this now with automotive manufacturers. I'm gonna round these corners up. I don't like these little sharp points. They're always likely to peel. I mean, every time. I don't really have to be here. But that's how clean that looks now. It's ready for install. I'm literally going to kind of go over here and kind of squeegee this off, just because I've already cleaned it in the first part of this video. I actually have a small squeegee I have for stuff like this. It's more convenient. And just thoroughly, you know, make sure I squeegee it down so I get all the contamination off. I still go through the motions of drying the edges. I'm going to take advantage and do the outside of this one too. Why not? So I can see. All right. I'm not even going to wet that. I'm just going to wet this little piece right here. I really don't need to on these small pieces. It might just bring or introduce trash into the installation. I'm not going to peel it from these little sharp corners, because if I kind of crease them a little bit, they won't lay down. And I don't want to do that. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh yeah, it's going on really nice. I'm going to opt to shave it. It's just going to be easier that way. I can clean that edge up. Right now it looks pretty cool. I'll get a little moisture on it, and let's just squeegee it out. I'm going to park it there for a few minutes and let it start to cure before I shave it. There's really no sense in shaving wet unless you've got a two-stage installation or you got to frame the window. Then you really got to shave it so you can go ahead and finish up the bottom. I've already finished the whole window. I'll just let it sit here for a minute and kind of start sticking, and then I'll go shave it real quick and it'll look beautiful. Okay. That's it. I'll come back and do the shaves. I got to shave here, and I got to shave here, and this will be done. What I'm going to do for this edge is just I'm going to come over here and just get my angle right and just carefully hold it at the same angle. I can take it all the way. Okay, I don't really think I have to shave, but to me, just right in here looks a little high. So I'm just gonna, I guess, do an insurance shave just to see if there's anything here I can clean up and make look good. There wasn't really much there, but that's about it. I like to get these edges just right, and make them tight. And we did it. That's a wrap.